Hello everyone, and welcome to my Stamina Warden PvP build for this Dragonhold patch. Now, this build is meant to mainly fight Outnumbered, but it's able to do Battlegrounds, small scale, 1vx, 2vx, whatever you really want to do with some slight changes to gear. Now let's get right into it and let's see what I'm running. So for this current build, I'm using 2 Bloodspawn, 2 medium with 5 fury at all times, along with new moon front bar maul and the black rose prison dual wield. I'll get into it a little bit more. So currently I'm rocking 3 prismatics on the head, chest, and legs, and then all max stamina on all the other pieces. I'm running 3 protective, 3 weapon damage. I'll get into it why I'm using protective, even though it's nerfed in a little bit. I'm using a Black Rose Prison sword. I want 2 axes here, but this is just what I have, and it works pretty well and helps the healing and whatnot. So I have a Nirnhund sword, and then I use the Black Rose dagger with the powered trait to increase my heals in the back bar, since I really don't have any skills in that bar. Yeah. So the reason why I'm using protective, well, that's because if you guys don't know, the way damage mitigation works is the more percentage damage mitigation you have, for example, minor protection, major protection, when you have major and minor protection, like for example this build does, resistances are way more valuable. Even if it's not much at first, 3k is a lot. So let's get into it. Let me use the right food. Okay, so here's my stat sheet unbuffed on the back bar. It's gonna go up when I go more in the front bar. Got 27.8k health, 27.8k stamina, pretty balanced. I did opt to put some points into health just to bump up my health bonus, just because I am in medium armor. Put 55 into stam, 9 in health. You can really put all into stam. I just like this little bit of bonus, especially as a stam warden. The extra 10% that we get helps it get to like almost 29k health, which is really nice. The stam recovery is a little bit low, but this gets buffed up in combat, and you can't really see the percentages, and you can't see the bull net that's active. So let's just get fully buffed here. And let's take a potion. See how it goes to 1.7k. I'm at 4.5k weapon damage without fury proc, and 27k resistances without bloodspawn proc. Now, if I'm in combat, it's gonna go. If I get a continuous attack buff, it's gonna be like 20% more. So you can just think of all these values increased. Weapon crit's pretty good, 40%, 2.5 crit resistance. Overall, really tanky, 30k health, so I'm very tanky with this spec. Now, let's get into it. So on my maul, I'm running Nirnhund with weapon damage enchant. That way my dizzying swing hits a lot harder and it procs very easily. I am using these drain stamina potions just to help me increase my sustain a little bit and decrease that for my enemy. Now let's get into the skills and whatnot. So the front bar, I'm using forward momentum. This is mainly here to break roots and snares. You can opt to take this off, but I feel like I need the root immunity, especially the 1vx. Everyone's using skills that snares and roots and stuff. Subterranean, this is the bread and butter of the build. Can't say more about it. It's going to do burst damage. It's going to do major fracture, increasing our damage that we do to other people since the resistances are lowered. And then we have the good old dizzying swing. This did get changed with the new patch. I'm still running it. I can't say more about it. It's just good. It doesn't really work and lag sometimes, but I make it work. Executioner, this is also very strong. It got buffed. It's just good to take out those single targets. And I'm using Turn Evil just because when I'm trying to 1vx, it's kind of hard sometimes to get a dizzying swing off and heavy attack on someone just to stun them. So I like it when I get stunned and they're all trying to beat up on me. I pop this, it gets them off me, and I'm able to kind of get around to LOS a little bit. And then I got Onslaught here. Hits pretty hard. This is unbuffed with nothing, so you can imagine what it gets buffed up to. Now this did get nerfed, but it's still probably one of the best ults in the game. You could slot Dawnbreaker, but I feel like everyone has so much resistances that this is nice. It's gonna make your executioner hit super hard. It's really good for the build. Back bar, I got Quick Cloak. This is here. It's great skill. Gives me so many buffs. Can't even. Gives major evasion, 25% damage mitigation. That's all AoE attacks like siege or jabs, Dawnbreakers. It's gonna have a little bit of a dot, like 1k every 2 seconds. It's not bad. Dot's not really there. It's really there just to proc the poison. You also get major expedition, 4 seconds, helping me move around. Not only that, but it gives me also major protection, right? So with the Black Rose dual wield, it's very strong for 3 seconds. So this is kind of allowing me to 1vx and fight in outnumbered fights when people just can't do much damage to me. And I got Ice Fortress. Again, can't say much more about this. This is a great skill because minor protection gives the resistances you need it. Now, Bull Netch. This is going to be a purge with this patch. It's going to increase your weapon damage and spell damage, give you some stamina. Again, can't say much about it. You need it. Now I have Resolving Vigor on this bar. Just because I'd rather have Turn Evil on this bar so I can land my combos a little bit better. And then I have Shimmering Shield. This is a flex spot. You could use the Leeching Vines to help you maintain your Major Mending buff. Your Major Mending buff, but it is what it is. You can mess around with it. I like it. I like having a lot of tree ultimates, and especially when I'm fighting outnumbered, there's always ranged people trying to snipe me down or crystal frag me or something. This helps me mitigate a lot of damage and just not take it and get ultimate. Let's see, a couple things that I didn't mention. I am a Nord with this build. Orc, Redguard, those are all work. I guess you can do Wood Elf if you wanted to. I am using Artam. And the potions I'm using with this build are the Essence of Movable. It gives you movables, major savagery, which you're lacking, and stamina regen. Now the things that I also have on my bar are some major expedition pots, just in case I really need to get the hell out of there. I got my invisibility pots. These restore health and then give you lingering, so even if you do get caught out of your invis, you still have some lingering health just to kind of help you survive a bit. And then I got Essence of Mobility. These are my detection pots. Gives me a little bit of magicka. But the biggest thing is the detection, because fuck neck bleeds. Now, another potion you can use are these Essence of Health pots. These got changed. These are very strong. If I were to take this buff, so I'm at, without any majors, at 22k. When I take this potion, I'm at 28. When I pop this, I'm at 33. Now your stamina regen will take a hit. The max it will go to is like 1.5, which is still not bad. You can still sustain it as long as you get some heavy attacks in when people are off balance and whatnot. So the basic combo, it's pretty simple. You just sub, dizzying swing, and then you can do a heavy attack, or you can sub, fear, then dizzying swing and executioner. And you just basically rotate that combo. It's pretty good. Again, some people, it's kind of hard to kill, but again, that's pretty much everyone, you know. People that are tanky, holding block, they're going to be hard to kill regardless of what build you're using. So this works really well. I still have a lot of penetration. I still have like almost upwards of 10k pen with this build, with the CP, Maul, you know, New Moon and all that. It's pretty strong. So the main buffs you want to keep up, your forward momentum. This is mainly just to keep moving with your root immunity for 4 seconds. But the biggest one's on your back bar. So you need Quick Cloak, you need your Bull Net, and you need your Ice Fortress. Right. Your Quick Cloak should be used damn near every like 3 seconds once you're getting hit a bunch. This and Shimmering Shield is going to mitigate so much damage. So much damage. And then make sure you have your Vigor. The only thing with this build, it is lacking a bit of heals, but honestly, the Vigor heals so much that, like, and you have so much damage mitigation, you really don't need it. If you do need it, you can use trees, or you can use, like, spores or something. Again, this is what I'm running for my build. This is the way I like to run it. You can change it however you'd like, but this is what I like to do. Now, there are a few changes for CP. I mean, no CP. What I like to do, I like to switch out Fury and put on Bone Pirate. Give me sustain, so I do New Moon, Bone Pirate, Blood Spawn, and then I swap out Shimmering Shield for this dot for Battlegrounds, and then I swap Vigor Front Bar. I don't really need 4 momentum in Battlegrounds, and I get an extra dot. And that's what I like to run in Battlegrounds. Again, this is what I like to run. It works very good. I'm sure you guys see me out in the battlefield. If not, you'll see me out there eventually. So yeah, I'll be posting a build video soon. You can also take a look if you want to see some live content on this build. You can go check out my Twitch, Nicholas at Nicholas T PvP at Twitch. I'll make sure to put that in the description. And let's go over the CP real quick. I forgot to go over that. So I'll go over my blue. So I got 1 to Siphoner just to give it a additional potion. I mean, an additional debuff. We got Warlord, Sprinter. I mean, you kind of need these. You can pause it whenever you like. I'm in mooncalf. I like this. Again, you can change it however you see fit, but I like this setup. It works very nice. Give me nice tenacity and whatnot. Tumbling and Shadow Ward, pretty basic. Now for Bless, I put 43 points just to increase those healing of my Vigors and stuff, my healing ult. Master at Arms, I got 66 points. You can opt for the Tactician passive, but you'd have to take some points out of here and some points out of here, and I didn't really feel like it's worth it. But do as you wish. I got 15% just precise strikes, about 4k into piercing, and 14% into mighty. Again, this works pretty well for me. Again, change it however you see fit. I got 56 into Ironclad, 28 into resistant. Now these two are kind of weird. And the reason why I did this, again, the more percentage damage mitigation you have, the more reliable base resistance is going to be. Right, so I have major, minor protection plus other CP. So this 1,000 resistances really feels like 2,000 or 3,000. Like it gives you a lot. I got 10% to thick skin, 49 into elemental defender, 49 to hardy, 43 into quick recovery. I mean, make sure you have all your passives. So all your passives, you need all of them. Sort of dual wield passives. Medium armor. I don't really actually use shuffle. You can, but it is what it is. Make sure you have your Undaunted, Alliance War, all this stuff. Now the reason why I went to Nord, I was Orc. The resistances was really nice. Again, the more damage mitigation you have, the more valuable percentage, the more valuable resistance is going to be. So this 4k gives you a lot, along with giving you some max health. Again, ultimate, it's nice. Some stam. Max health, resistance, it's great. And that's about it. If you have any questions at all, drop them in the comments. And I'm not sure if I say it, but I am using healing ult. It's great. Alright guys, peace out and thank you.